good morning, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 123. That means that today's date is 2321. We'll have a lot of fun with that one. So anyway, I am Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper. I invite you to check it out in its entirety. What I will be doing with the Hangout is telling you what's happening today in Durham, and then I invite you. Actually, have a guest just showed up. Hello, Derek. So what I'm going to do is what's today, and then let's see what happens after I'm done with my announcements. All right. I think I will start out with the Word page. That is the Government and Nonprofit Information page. I'm just going to make a quick mention that there are a lot of classes listed under the American Red Cross, and they're not free. Well, actually, there is one free class, and that is really useful. It's called Psychological First Aid, Supporting Yourself and Others During COVID-19. That's the only free class, but there are a lot of classes that are really of interest. I never mention them day to day because people look for them so quickly, so I never know what's sold out. So anyway, just check it out on the Word page, and then I'm going to make a mention of a couple of programs you should know about. I need some water. My throat is so dry. Please note my reusable straw. Okay. So the city has the Event Diversion Program. Really, really super important. It's run by the Legal Aid of North Carolina and the Duke Civil Justice Clinic. So together, they run the City of Durham's Eviction Diversion Program. Do not lose your home. See what you can do. Sign up with them. It starts actually with a phone call, and the numbers are listed right there on the Word page. Good luck. Let me know if that worked for you. Also, the city has the Water Hardship Fund. If you have fallen behind in your water bill, you can get help with the city. $104 worth of assistance per year. So check that out if you're in need of that. And then Don't Waste Durham. I won't tell you that in detail because that's why Derek is here. But basically, let's just say that Don't Waste Durham, they're announcing the Green to Go Dinner Club. Stay tuned for that. We'll be talking about that in a moment. Now, the county has a couple of programs. The LEAP program, the Low Income Energy Assistance Program. They're pretty lenient, what they call low income. But if you know you're going to have a hard time paying your heating bill, sign up for it because the money's there. So, I mean, if you're in need, you do have to prove that, of course. But if you are in need, definitely sign up for that because, again, they hate sending money back, and they've had to do so in past years. So help them help you. Also, the county has the Housing Opportunity and Prevention of Eviction Program. This is for people whose jobs have been affected by COVID-19. So you can get help with rent and or utility payments for up to 6 months. So definitely check that out as well. That's on the Word page, like I said. All righty, I think that's pretty much it. Well, a couple more things. Do check out Durham Technical Community Colleges. I have been singing their praises. They have these wonderful classes that take you directly to jobs. So check out their Back to Work initiatives. There are different areas you can enter: carpentry, community health work, culinary arts and hospitality management, HVAC, that's heating and cooling, just all kinds of great stuff. I mean, natural hair care, peer support specialist. Anyway, check that out on the Word page. And also, check out the GEAR, that's the Governor's Emergency Education Relief Scholarship, which can pay for the classes. So there you go. Okay, and now's the time. You don't want to wait till spring to say, gee whiz, I always wanted to join the South Durham market. Well, now's the time to do it. So don't wait until spring because this is the time. There's farmers, crafters, and I think there's like some crafters. Can't remember. But for the most part, it's people selling food. So, and some are prepackaged food as well, or I should say, not prepackaged. That's not the right word. Prepared food is a better term. So anyway, check out their website. The information again is on the Word page. All right, let's go to the health page. It's called To Your Health. Okay, I have a vaccine update. We are in phase 1B where people age 65 and up starting to get in line to get their vaccinations against COVID-19. And a lot of you have complained that you've been on Facebook, have complained that you have been calling and calling and being on hold for like hours at a time. That happened for me as well. Hey, Tish. Tish is on YouTube. Very see you here. Hello, Tish. So the thing, here's what worked for me. So I went to tinyurl.com/DCO vaccine appointments. It's on the health page. You don't have to jot that down if you don't want to. But here's the thing. You will be taken to a calendar, and just go ahead and skip January, February, and March. They're all taken. Actually, as of 3 days ago, March 2nd was the first available date. I just checked this morning, and the first available date is April 13th. It's better than waiting forever on the phone and not knowing if you can get an appointment. At least try that. Go online to the website that I just mentioned and see if you can get an appointment. Waiting till April sounds crazy, but again, if you don't act, who knows how long you'll have to wait. So there you go. You're welcome. Now let's go to, let's see where Optum Serve is today. Optum Serve Services has been contracted by the state to administer COVID-19 tests, and there are other places as well. They're all listed on the To Your Health page. But let's see where Optum is today. Oh, okay, the Durham County Department of Health, 414 East Main Street, 9 until 7, Saturdays and Sundays, actually 7 days, but on Saturdays and Sundays from 9 until 7, drive-through. Also Saturdays only, El Centro Hispano, over there by Scrap Exchange, Lakewood Shopping Center, that's from 10 until 6, also drive-through available. All righty, and the last page that we will be visiting, wait. You'll notice at the top of the page, there is the big blue health events button. Let's click on that and see what's happening. That's for the support groups and also special events in the health area. So today is what, the 23rd? So Med Ultra Learning, they're hosting a free infant CPR and choking class. It's going to be online from 1 to 2, and that is today. Again, it's free. So register for that. This is going to be on Zoom. So check that out, especially if you're a young. Now, also today, the UNC Autism Research Center has a virtual summit today called the UNC Autism Fathers Conference. That's from 1 until attendance is $10, but check that out as well. So you go to the health page, and the big blue health events button. Okay, now let's go to the Let's Go page, the last page we will be visiting. That's the calendar of events page. So the South Durham Farmers Market, their winter hours are 9 until noon. They're in the Greenwood Commons Shopping Center, south on Highway 55. And then the Durham Farmers Market, 10 until noon. That's their winter hours. They're in Durham Central Park. Also today, White Rock Baptist Church, they're having their community food distribution. That's today from 11 until 1. So just follow the cars. Just enter on the other side. You know, there's the cemetery next to the church. So just drive in on that side and then follow the line of cars going around the parking lot. All right, again, that's from 11 until 1. Also, Durham Parks and Recreation, they're having their virtual MLK, celebrating the legacy through the arts, the legacy, that is, of the very Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So they're going to have group discussions, entertainment, etc. But it's going to be on Zoom this year, starting at 11 o'clock. Now, let's see. I told you about the Autism Fathers Conference. Okay, last but not least. Ooh, I need another drink. Wait a minute. All right. Duke University and Duke University Chapel, they're co-hosting their annual Humanitarian Service Award ceremony. Obviously, it's not going to be in person. It's going to be online tomorrow at 2 o'clock. The two recipients, you can read about them on the Neighbor Goodies page or on the Let's Go page. Reverend Annette Curry Love and also Susan McSwain. So congratulations to them. Yes, indeed. The links. It's free event. Links are right there on the Let's Go page. Let's check the weather and then invite Derek on. It's not bad. It's 41. It's sunny. Going up to 45. It's going to be sunny all day. And then tomorrow it's going to be 46 and partly sunny. it's going to rain soon. Let's see. I think Monday it's going to rain. Let's see real quick. So yeah, 100% chance of rain on Monday, 45 degrees. Still can't complain. Alrighty, let's see what's going on with Mr. Derek Allen Rowe. Let's bring him on and talk about Don't Waste Durham. Derek, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
I think you said we probably met before, I'm sure.
Yeah, we met at one of Don't Waste Durham get together one time.
Right. Okay. So how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. Early morning, 19 degrees this morning at one point. But
what?
Yeah, it was really cold this morning. But it is now not, and really nice, and hoping to get outside sometime today.
Definitely. So this green to go dinner program. Tell us about that. Now first, I'm sure everybody knows about Don't Waste Durham, but just in case, why don't you first tell us what Don't Waste Durham is?
So Don't Waste Durham is a nonprofit here in Durham that focuses on creating solutions to waste in all kinds of ways. A lot of people are used to the idea of recycling when associated to reducing their waste and their sort of like what they have to put into the landfill. But we offer all kinds of other ways to avoid waste in the first place. And we partner with the school district. We partner with local businesses. We even did a program a year and a half ago with the city to try and see innovating how recycling works. And so one of our main initiatives is called Green to Go, and it's a partnership with local restaurants. And it's a solution that we designed that allows people to get food from their favorite local restaurants, supporting the local economy, possibly getting more delicious food. I mean, I love local restaurants in Durham. And then also avoiding all the waste that comes with it. You know, if you talk to anybody about sort of like eating out, a few things that they'll say is, one, you know, it's expensive, but two, if I eat out locally, I don't mind spending more, but then there's all the trash. And so those are the kind of solutions that we try to
and what kind of trash do you mean? Do you mean the container or
well,
the plastic forks,
everything that comes with it. Yeah, the container, the plastic forks, the plastic bag that they put the food in, the little plastic containers that they put all the sauce in. You know, sometimes if you go to a restaurant locally, you can get something like tacos and you'll get like 6 or 7 little plastic containers with sauce in them.
Right.
And depending on the type of food you get, if you get kind of like, if you go to like an Asian restaurant, you will get like everything is packaged separately. So you'll get somewhere like 13 different containers.
Wow.
So the idea of Green to Go is based in the idea that if plastic is not bad if it's durably created. You know, there's a lot of things that we create out of plastic that are not being thrown in the landfill and taking, 700 to 1,000 years to break down. And our containers at Green to Go, I'll hold them up right here in front of my face. People don't realize they're really durable. Like I could sit on this and it won't collapse.
Whoa.
And so the containers will last up to the manufacturer says up to 1,000 uses, but we've had some containers in Durham for over 2 years and they're still circulating.
Nice. And the whole idea is to get people to start using that. Can they actually, now I know we're still under COVID-19 quarantine, all that, but in future, do you think you could, any of us could go to any of our local restaurants and request that type of the Green to Go takeout box instead of the styrofoam?
Yeah, we actually were involved in an international study on reusables, kind of comparing the safety of using disposables versus using clean and sanitized containers. And we are certified by the health department. So the same sanitation guidelines that go to the tables that your food are being made on in the back of house applies to our containers. And so we wash and sanitize the containers. That's one of the things that the organization provides. And that shows you kind of the testament to what we do is like, oh, it would be great if we had reusables. Wait, who's going to wash and sanitize and deliver all those? Well, I guess we are. So we have riders that work for Don't Waste Durham, and they basically they pick up from the return stations around the city, wash at our washing facility, and then deliver sanitized containers back to the restaurants to be used again. And we even deliver them in totes that are reusable. So it doesn't even come in a plastic bag or a cardboard box. They're delivered in a reusable tote that we use every time we transport.
Are those boomerang bags I've been hearing about?
Actually, boomerang bags is a little different, but similar idea that even in the transport, we could focus on reusables and washing and sanitizing them. So, the way that we work every week, we get together and we think, how can we help restaurants? How can we help reduce waste in Durham? And one of the things that we were noticing is that people, they didn't want to sign up to Green to Go maybe because they don't eat out that often, or they would ask a restaurant for a Green to Go container, even though they were a member, and the restaurant might not do it, just like the way the restaurant might forget to give you this extra sauce, And so that was actually like a good percentage of people asking for Green to Go and not getting it. And also us having a hard time trying to figure out a way how to pay our staff to keep this be sustainable. So we actually read an article, and I don't know if you know this, that the cost that restaurants are paying for these ordering, not even delivery, just ordering and delivery apps like DoorDash and Uber Eats and I think Chow Now is another one of them. They're taking like up to 30% of the order from the restaurant. So that means that the restaurant, in order to offer their food on those platforms, are making 30% less on their food because they're offering on those platforms.
I thought they were tacking on a price, but no, they're actually cutting into the restaurant's proceeds?
Yep, they charge everybody. They charge us as the customer, and they charge the restaurants as a customer.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that was a big lesson for us. So we were even more empowered to kind of create a solution that could help everyone. And so we did a test a couple months ago with the Durham filling station, where we basically said, all right, what if we were to work with a restaurant to offer almost like plated catering? They say, we want to make this meal for the community. We will put it in reusables. People will order it through the Green to Go Dinner Club website, and we'll go and deliver it to the neighborhood. And it was super, it just went way better than we thought it was going to go. Everyone loved the idea of the dinner club. They loved the idea that they were going to get literally zero waste, because we can't ensure that from the delivery people or the restaurants with Green to Go in other cases. You can get Green to Go, but they'll put a bunch of disposable containers inside. Or you'll get Green to Go and they'll put it in a plastic bag. And you're like, no, I don't want that. Or like you mentioned earlier, you'll get Green to Go and they'll give you disposable utensils. And you're like, I don't want that either. And they're like, okay. And then you wash them, throw it away when you give it back to them. So with the dinner club, we can actually give completely zero waste meals, which is actually really exciting.
Nice. So this is going to, I thought, I didn't realize you had done it before, but I thought this was the debut. But anyway, this is saying that on Monday, they can order, wait, let me get my notes, because I did a write-up on the Word page. Right. So it's a special menu from the Durham filling station. And so you make your order and pay for it in advance by noon Monday. And then it's delivered to the Parkwood baseball field. This is in the community of Parkwood on Tuesday. There's a half-hour window to pick up from 30 until 6, contactless and safe. And when you're done, you can drop off the reusable container that you got at the ball field. There's going to be a return station, and they would appreciate if you would do it within the next 2 weeks. And then someone, a Green to Go team member, will collect the containers and see if they get cleaned, sanitized, and prepared for reuse. That is, who came up with that in terms of brainstorming? But that's really brilliant.
It was a team process, seeing the things, seeing the hurdles for zero waste, seeing the hurdles for restaurants. You know, they wanted to offer more affordable food to the community, but it takes a lot of work to deliver it, or it takes a lot of work to have staff to prepare and plate it. And so we are offering sort of like the delivery of these meals to a neighborhood and basically like helping a restaurant stay alive. And we created an app here. If you go to the Dinner Club app, you can see, you know, this is the Durham filling station, and then you can see the meals, and you can choose the meals that you want. And in the end, it reminds you to pick it up in Parkwood. And we're doing different neighborhoods just to try and bring restaurants that are in a certain community to another community.
Okay. And I didn't know there was an app. I'm going to add that.
Yeah, if you go to greentogodinnerclub.com, it works kind of like a web app. And you can order the food right through the restaurant, and we're able to give working with the restaurants to offer an exclusive menu that's only for Dinner Club members. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. So there's a vegan risotto dish that Chef Alex at Durham Filling Station foraged the mushrooms himself in Durham to create this dish. That will be delivered in zero waste. You know, it's very like it's a very unique.
Now this is a great way. This is a great way to introduce people to a restaurant, but it's also a great way for the restaurant to stay in business. They're suffering right now.
That's exactly right.
I would love to see you help the restaurants that were giving food away to help others, like Zweli's, for example. I hope I said that right. But that would be wonderful, because there are a lot of restaurants, or some restaurants that are local, that have really helped the community without any strings attached or fanfare. So I'd love to help as well.
Yeah. What restaurant do you think we should do next? Zweli's?
Help me, Mark, if I remember the name correctly. I think it's Zweli's. I hope I said that right. Basically, the people in the residents of McDougal Terrace, that they were moved to hotels earlier this year while they fixed up their apartments.
Right.
I shouldn't do the air quotes, but anyway, they stepped forward and they fed so many of the residents without any remuneration, and they just stepped up. Chicken Hut also helped.
The thing that we lean on is using a mobile phone, because I think right now it's proven that like 97% of the world's population has a phone, which just blows my mind. That's mind blowing. So we kind of lean on that. Like basically, if we can allow people to get food through a mobile phone, what that means is we can remind them or allow them to connect with this idea of reuse. Because a lot of people are like, wait a second. So I bring my container? We're like, no. We deliver containers to restaurants or the food provider just like they order containers from a distributor. It just so happens that they're green to go containers and they're reusable. So when people are done using them, they drop them in the return station at the pickup spot where we deliver the food. So in this case, it'll be Parkwood. And that return station has a big green to go logo on it. And then a couple days after that, we check the return stations. We clear them out just like someone would a trash can or a recycle bin. And then we bring those back to our wash facility, wash, and they get reused again.
Okay. I don't know if you know the answer to this, but so is there a cost to the restaurant to have the green containers? Because I know they have to buy the styrofoam and plastic. I know they have for that. So is it cheaper to have the green to go containers, or how does that work?
Yeah, basically right now that is one of the things that we work with each individual restaurant separately. In the Dinner Club case, the restaurants aren't paying for the containers at all. Literally, we put any fees we have with washing and delivering into the ordering process. So we have a green fee of $3 that basically covers that kind of like washing and sanitation. And the restaurants are giving us flat dinner fees. So right now, all the dinners on Green to Go Dinner Club are $10. And so we're trying to like make it simple, get dinner, support a restaurant. It's not like an $80 meal. You know, a lot of times if you get food through DoorDash or Uber Eats, you're just like, I think the last time I got food from Lime and Lemon, I was like, it's $90. I can never do this again. So yeah. Because all the fees that they add on there are just like delivery, tip, fee. So we're really trying to reduce that in kind of like connecting people and the restaurants and then bringing it to a specific community. So as far as fees, when it comes to the Green to Go outside of Dinner Club, because basically we have a membership at durhamgreentogo.com where if you eat at local restaurants like Bull McCabe's or Copa or Neomond or Toast, Monuts and Gear Street Garden are like our most popular restaurants right now because Gear Street Garden offers Green to Go members $1 off every meal. And so the reason why they're doing that is because they're saving money on not having to buy disposable containers that basically are going to get thrown in the trash. And
passing along the savings. I like that.
Right. And so we were even able to partner this year with our first school. So Don't Waste Durham's like really wants to help school food, school lunches come in reusables again, because a lot of people don't know that a few years ago, I think 7 or 8 years ago, there was a drought and all the schools went to disposables because of the water usage and washing, which actually was just an opportunistic thing by distribution companies to sell their products.
Yeah, sure.
And so now it's like, well, why can't let's go back to reusables. And so we worked with the Little School at Duke. It is a preschool and they offer meals to the parents twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. When the parents come to pick up their children, they can take a meal home for the family dinner. And they were like, they hit us up. They were like, we would love to offer these meals in Green to Go. Can we do this? And so we basically said, what are you paying now for your disposables? And he was like, we're paying 60 cents a piece for our disposables. And we're like, could you do it for 50 cents a piece? And they're like, yeah, that's great. We would be helping you do a reusable waste offsetting initiative, and we would be saving money on our containers.
Nice. Okay. I gotcha. And Mark is saying, yes, it is Israelis. He also pointed out Chicken Hut, which I mentioned. And New Visions, actually, New Visions is not doing regular restaurant service. They're feeding the community with free food instead right now. But yeah, what's the one behind Hester's? Oh shoot, Mark, help me again. The Hester's Child, the restaurant that's behind KFC.
Is that what? How is Mark sending us those messages?
Oh, Mark Lee, yes, he is watching YouTube.
Oh, okay.
He's casting on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope/Twitter all at the same time.
Oh, I see it here in the comments. Cool.
Yeah, so you can. I'm posting it on. I am so embarrassed that I can't remember the restaurant in Phoenix Square. My mind goes blank sometimes. It's a senior moment. I can claim that. I'll think of it by the end of this interview, I hope. But anyway, so this is a great pro. So the official, I don't know, is this the official debut? This coming Monday?
This is the debut of Green to Go Dinner Club in Parkwood. We did it in North Cape Park last year. And
the restaurant.
We did both Durham Filling Station and Soul Good Vegan.
Awesome.
And what we found when we did Durham Filling Station is that we had like a couple burgers, a couple hot dogs, and like 20 vegan options. We were like, whoa. So then the next dinner club we tried a complete vegan meal through Soul Good Vegan, who was actually like really struggling. Like when we were talking to them about doing dinner club, they were like, yes, please. We literally are thinking of closing right now.
Oh my God.
This would help us so much. And we were able to work with the community to send them somewhere around $1,200 of business in a single day.
Wow. Wow. I'd like to see Palace International get some help too, because they've also been giving food away, and I think they were broken into last month.
Yep, Palace is actually on our list to talk to next. And Namu.
Okay, cool. Excellent. So I'm guessing that some restaurants might be giving you guys a call if they see
Yeah,
this.
we have been getting people reaching out to us. We offer Green to Go to any restaurant who wants it. All we have to do is create a route for our cyclists every week so they can efficiently go and pick up the dirties and deliver the cleans. But yeah, we do all of the operations of Green to Go by bicycle. Now, Dinner Club will be delivered in a vehicle because we'll be driving from, we'll be delivering like a lot of meals. But we are open to any restaurants who want to do it. And what's interesting is with Dinner Club, it's like the restaurants are now coming to us, whereas mostly with Green to Go, as far as the membership and like getting the reusable containers at the restaurants, it was like customers of restaurants that were reaching out to us. But now that we're doing the Dinner Club, restaurants are reaching out to us, which is like, it's a testament to what we're doing at Don't Waste Durham, which is a very like design thinking, iterative, technological solutions where someone can hit us up and go, what about this? And we're like, let's think about that. Let's try to do that.
That's wonderful. Well, I definitely hope that a lot of people respond and order dinners, and hopefully this will grow into something monstrously large and successful. Now, if you don't mind, now, Derek, if you don't mind, I looked you up on Facebook. I couldn't resist. I have to ask you what Wild Eyes is. You're the director of Wild Eyes. Please explain what that is.
Yeah, I saw Mark messaging about that too. Mark is a huge supporter of the Wild Eyes project. Basically, about 5 or 6 years ago, I had finished my second documentary. In another life, I was a documentary filmmaker, and I loved it, and I was touring film festivals, asking myself, like, what do I want to do next? What project? What do I want to do? And I was at a film festival, and I saw these virtual reality headsets that were basically, they're cardboard, and you can put your phone right here like this. And basically create a VR headset with your phone. So when you look around, you can look behind you, you can look up, you can look down. It's like kind of being transported to another place. And I saw Google Oceans, which is kind of like Google Maps, but for coral reefs. And I was blown away. I was blown away by the ability for me to literally to look around. And then I looked down and it was like really dark. And I was like, whoa, I had this like, kind of like visceral reaction to like the deep. And ever since then, I was like, I want to do this. I want to connect people to the natural world in this way, because we respect in the younger generation, definitely, we all see this. The younger generation respects technology and the internet so much. It is so respected and such an integral part of their lives. But the natural world, it doesn't get that respect. It's a thing that is, some people call it, I don't know if you've ever heard of plant blindness. It's basically like, it's so abundant, it's so around us that we can't see it. And so I wanted to use something exciting like this virtual reality technology to connect a younger generation with the intrigue and the inspiration and the beauty and the importance of the natural world. So it was 2015 was the 100th celebration of national parks. So I was like, okay, what if we go and film all the national parks in virtual reality so people could in perpetuity like virtually preserve these places so people can go and see them. And so, a good story is, a few years after that, we went and captured Glacier National Park. and the glacier in Glacier National Park is actually melted.
You personally went up there?
Yeah, we went and filmed 16 different national parks across the country to share them in this medium. And it was an incredible personal experience, but also then sharing that work has been incredibly fulfilling. And we shared it at a school here in Durham, Central Avenue Children's School, I think is what it's called. They had the one by Coco Cinnamon.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was called like Durham Central Park School for Children, something like that.
We shared in our media center one day. They had us set up with our VR headsets, and we split the class into groups, and we let them go into a bunch of different national parks in the VR headsets. And I remember that day, we were like, "Do you guys have any questions?" And this young boy, maybe like 8 years old, was like, "Crater Lake, that's in Oregon, you said?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Could you fish there?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually you can fish at Crater Lake." Like, they have so many fish in there that they're trying to get out that are non-native species of fish in the lake that years and years ago they introduced to try and add intrigue to fishermen who want to come there. But now they're like, no, we need to get those fish out. They're not native, they're invasive. And so they'll actually pay you to come fish at the lake there. And so I told him that. He was like, "I'll get paid to fish? I got to tell my dad."
That's cute. That is so cute. That is
so at the end of that day, the parents came up to me and they were like, "What did you guys teach my son today?" And I showed them the VR headset and what we did. And they were like, "He's saying this summer, instead of going to Disney, he wants to go to Crater Lake, a national park."
There you go. See?
Yeah.
That is awesome. So can the rest of us somehow watch your videos with the
if you go to the App Store
or whatever?
If you go to the App Store on your phone and you look up Wild Eyes VR, you can actually pull up our Wild Eyes viewer, and it picks a different wild place every day that you can see.
I'm definitely going to do that because, Derek, I am so interested also in documentaries and filmmaking and stuff. I actually just bought a 3D camera and one of those viewer things.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I didn't know how to get into it. So
which camera did you buy?
I have the Insta1.
Oh, okay.
The Insta1.
Yeah, I have that camera.
X, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know how to, I don't know anybody else who knows about it. So it's kind of been sitting, and I've been really to get started. So maybe I'll try to.
I'm your guy on that one. I know I have that camera. I know how to use it. I would love to help you with that.
Awesome. Because I went to Do Gardens and to try it out. So I'm super interested. There's so many stories you can tell with 3D. But I don't want to take too much attention away from Don't Waste Durham. But I just had to ask you about Wild Eyes, and I do appreciate it.
I love talking about it.
Absolutely. So let's connect, after the fact, after the show, when you're not too busy, and then let's talk about that.
Of course.
And I do want to thank you so much telling us about the Green to Go Dinner Club. I think it's a brilliant idea, and I'd love to see other restaurants participate and, of course, continue success. And, of course, a gigantic shout out to Crystal Dreisbach. Definitely.
Yeah, sure. Green to Go is sort of like an idea that Crystal came up with like 8 years ago and has been fighting really hard to make it a reality. And, even today, you can see that the only reason that we were able to do what we do is because of Crystal and her ability to bring people together. Mm-hmm. We've asked people to help us with our app, like businesses, and they're like, this would cost $100,000 to make, So her ability to make things exist without having $100,000 that a giant brand like DoorDash or Uber Eats would have is incredible. Her ability to make things come to fruition using people power and creativity and perseverance.
Definitely. Oh, and let me just point out that Mark also Thank you so much, Mark. And Zynga, well, I haven't been there for a while, obviously, COVID-19. But yes, I love Nzinga's, and I apologize for forgetting the name. He says also Gursha needs help. I've never been there, but for sure I've been to Nzinga's. So there you go. So again, thank
There was an article. Mark, I don't know if you saw the article, but there was an article that came out literally yesterday about Saltbox and Bull City Burger, basically organizing their own neighborhood like restaurant sponsorships. Like the restaurants, even the restaurants are organizing it to support other restaurants, and it's pretty incredible. You know, Bull City Burger, you know, was the first restaurant that I saw doing this kind of like neighborhood delivery. So instead of taking on the cost of delivering to each individual house, they deliver to a neighborhood. That way they don't have to take the cost on and share that cost with the users of all the different the fees of delivering it to each individual person. And so that's actually where we got the idea to do this. And so it looks like they're still continuing to do it and even supporting Saltbox. And I'll share the link somewhere. Can I share links on here?
I think you can put it in the private chat and then I can copy it.
Okay.
And,
so there's a link. Yesterday, there was an article that came out on ABC 11 about these kind of like neighborhood orders. And at the end of it, Chef Ricky says he believes the act of adopting restaurants should become a trend. He said if 6 neighborhoods adopted a restaurant weekly, it's a sustainable amount of revenue. That at its core was where we were coming from with Dinner Club. Is when we hit up a restaurant, we say, okay, what's your worst night of the week? You know, what's the night where you don't get any orders? Let's do Dinner Club on that night.
Probably Monday, right?
Yeah, Mondays and Tuesdays are actually the weakest nights.
Hey, Jackie.
And so the idea is that if we group together and organize where we order our food, we could actually send enough business to restaurants to survive.
Right.
So that's the simplest idea. It's just like us together ordering from a restaurant. That's at the core what Green to Go Dinner Club is basically inspired by. But then at the same time, since we take control of it, you can do it without any waste.
Awesome. And Jackie Brown is joining us. We did talk about how the restaurants are selected. They're taking recommendations. Restaurants are also approaching Don't Waste Durham. And and they're taking suggestions from regular folks like you and me.
Yeah, Jackie, we just did last 2 weeks ago, we worked with Soul Good Vegan to offer $10 meals through Dinner Club. And that's our goal, is to work with the restaurant to offer $10 meals. Because a lot of the meals, if you look out there, especially, you know, Saltbox is a good example, they're not $10 meals.
Why she said maybe they can have a special 10 deal or something.
That is exactly the idea, because it's funny. I don't want to go on, but I think you would actually enjoy this. The sort of the inspiration or the seed of us just doing Dinner Club, even the idea of Dinner Club, came from the restaurant Nosh. So they actually have been closed since the shutdown. And it's because of most of their business was Duke Catering. So once catering left as a business income, restaurants had a whole giant financial hole to fill. And so our idea with Dinner Club is, could we bring that business back? By organizing a neighborhood to order dinner, could we basically fill the financial gap of catering? So they make a big meal, we plate it in Green to Go containers and bring it to a neighborhood. So on the restaurant side, it's like catering, but on the customer side, it's like getting dinner delivered.
Exactly. Nice. Okay, I'm curious to see who you connect with next, and feel free to drop in on Bull City Hangout anytime you like, and also let me know, what restaurants. I mean, so I can announce it in the Skywriter. Just let me know. keeping
Okay.
apprised of your and of course Jackie is saying that it's an excellent idea, and of course it is. Absolutely.
Yeah, we've
Okay.
gotten incredible reception from this project. It is, I think, probably one of the most, other than Boomerang Bags, which hasn't been officially launched yet, it's probably one of the most popular things that we've done.
Nice. And that's great. I mean, it's a win-win for all involved. The customers, the restaurants, Don't Waste Durham. It's a great way to get your name out there for you and the restaurant. And also, the restaurants don't have to go out of business. I do hope that everybody that you connect with is able to stay vibrant and in business, until the economy opens back up.
Yeah, I think on the other side, the good idea is to kind of think of the neighborhoods as well, because that's what it really comes down to, is the neighborhoods that can support it and the neighborhoods who can come together. I used to live in Northgate Park, and so I knew how strong that community can come together, that neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you know anyone in the Parkwood area who, they're like, oh, I love to eat Durham restaurants, but they're so far away. They're all downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the perfect person to support this initiative, because not only are they getting it zero waste, but we're bringing the food down there to them of places that they, normally might not eat at.
Now, this is an interesting question. I know you have to go, but let me just let Jackie ask this question here. She's wondering if anything's planned for businesses that aren't restaurants. I don't know if that would, well, do you understand the nature of that question?
Yeah, so basically is the idea, if someone offers, cooking or catering and they aren't a restaurant, could we do dinner club? Because at that point, we're offering even more value, because they don't have a place for people to come eat at. They don't have a staff of people to run and sell orders. So through our app and our delivery offering, we're even offering their food a way to get to the community. And so right now, what's really cool is, I don't know if you all know about Sweeties, but we are sharing a kitchen. Our wash operations will be in a shared kitchen with Sweeties.
Okay.
And they offer like Southern vegan dishes, really unique stuff.
Okay.
They don't have a restaurant, so we're talking about doing a dinner club with them. They would pick up in the Lakewood area.
Now, I know the Department of Health would want to be aware of anybody who's not owning a restaurant, right? Isn't that how it works?
Well, yeah, they would have to be. Yeah, they would have to be. They would have to have all their ducks in a row and their T's crossed and their I's dotted. I mean, we have to as well. And we don't even make food.
Okay. Now, actually, Jackie's saying non-food related businesses, if this would work. Maybe this concept could work, but maybe not Green to Go Dinner Club. But maybe this concept could work for businesses.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, one thing that a lot of people don't know is that if you order your food delivered or your groceries delivered, you get a lot of plastic bags. And let's say you before were like, oh, I'm so good about my bag use. I always bring my reusable bags to the grocery store. But now if you're getting your food delivered because of sort of like COVID and being safe, you're not going to have that. All your reusable bags are sitting, they're sitting in your closet or in the back of your car, and you're getting your groceries delivered in plastic bags or paper bags, depending on the driver. So if you actually are a member of Costco, or if you have an Aldi near you, they don't use plastic bags. They use cardboard boxes, which are recyclable. So they'll actually just drop off a cardboard box right at your front door with all your groceries in it without any plastic bags. So that's a cool tip.
And speaking of reuse, you can use that cardboard box to start a garden. You can actually I used to do this. I used to put cardboard and then trash bags stretched on top to kill the grass and weeds in one particular part of the garden I wanted to start a flower garden on. And then the rains seep through if you don't have plastic bags down. And then that softens the earth so that when it's time to start your garden, you have a head start. That's another good way to reuse cardboard. I just had to get that in, Derek.
That's a perfect example of how we have resources within our grasp all the time that have value, and we get into a habit of throwing things away, or we currently don't know what to do with it, or we don't have a plan for what to do with it, and we don't want it to clutter or stack up, so we throw it away or get rid of it. And so, one of the good examples of that is cardboard. I think cardboard is so useful, especially the boxes that will get delivered with groceries. I use them all the time for, like, if I'm working on an art project, I put all my stuff in there and, like, there you go, on the shelf. I think cardboard is a good thing you can reuse. Just asking yourself in those little ways how you can reuse or creatively reduce. It looks like Mark is bringing up Durham Delivers. So if you look up Durham Delivers, they're offering a similar neighborhood delivery offering as well. This is like happening all over the place in Durham right now.
Okay.
They are not currently like promoting Green to Go as far as a zero waste solution. But they just redid their website and it's really good. And they're weekly offering neighborhood deliveries to support restaurants. I would definitely check it out. We so much want to figure out a way for them to also offer zero waste or to reduce waste in ways, even to the point where we partnered with, we're currently talking with sort of initiatives around the city who are giving food to people in need as a way to try and get those meals, in reusables as well. And always what it is about coordinating the return. Everything about what we do is we can wash and sanitize. If we can figure out a way of coordinating the return of the reusables, then it's possible. We could work with anybody if we could coordinate the return. And that usually comes down to, is it the same person that's getting the food every time? Or is it the same company who's picking up or delivering the food, because they could pick up the old containers when they deliver the new food. So things like that.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you again, Derek. It's hard to let you go, but I know it is Saturday. I know you have things to do. And actually, Dr. Keith Hersey is waiting in the wings. So I will bid you adieu, Derek. And thanks also for telling us about Wild Eyes VR. I'm definitely going to check that out as well. So
and hit me up about your Insta360 camera.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely be talking about that for sure.
Awesome.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you all.
All right. Bye-bye. And now let's see what's up with Dr. Keith Hersey. Let me allow him to have the music as well, the fanfare. Dr. Keith Hersey, what's new? You were waiting in the wings for a while. I do appreciate it.
No problem. Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Like the music intro. So,
yeah, well,
and it's good to learn. Yeah, it's just good to learn about programs that go on in the area that's trying to concentrate on being green and supporting like local businesses. So that's always good to hear. Just welcome everyone into the new year. I'm not sure if I've been on since the new year. If I haven't, yeah.
For those of us who don't recognize you, tell us where your pharmacy is.
Hi, yes. I'm Dr. Keith Hersey. I'm the owner and pharmacy manager for Hersey Pharmacy. We're located in the Woodcroft Shopping Center in Durham. We're next door to in between Chubby Tacos and Subway, and so we're on the other side next to Chubby Tacos and Subway. So we're right in between them. That's always like the reference point, because most people either heard of one or the other, and the food line is the main anchor in the shopping center. So we are, like I said, a locally owned pharmacy. I own it. I live here, work here, I've worked as a pharmacist for 17 years in the area, and we're welcoming, always welcome new patients. And I know, especially like this time of year, a lot of people have insurance changes, and it may be an opportune time to, if you're dissatisfied with the pharmacy that you're at, I know especially a lot of the big chains, you don't get like the personal service. A lot of times that you're a number. The pharmacists and the staff may be just too busy, too overwhelmed to really pay attention to your individual needs. I invite you to come give us a try. With most insurance plans we take, you probably will pay the same, or some cases even less than what you're paying at the big places now. So most plans is either the same or less. And what I want to let people know today is that we've started a new discount card program where it's under us. We've partnered with a group called /RX. It's a Hersey Pharmacy discount card, which is free. You can just you can just come in, or if you want to send us an email, we can send you a card by email as well. It's free. Like I said, there's no cost. And the good thing about this card is that a lot of times it can save if you're someone that don't have insurance, or if you have like a high deductible, you may not want to use your insurance on certain medications because of the high deductible. This card is a good alternative. And then also some people have some medications that may not be covered by their insurance plan, and they have to pay out of pocket for it. So this does offer a discount over the cash price, so you're not paying the same amount if you're just paying cash or out of pocket. And one of the reasons why we partner with this organization is that unlike a lot of the other discount cards, say like the major one like GoodRx, the thing with GoodRx that they keep your information and they sell your information, your medical information to other companies. This company that we partner with, they do not sell or keep your information. So
now Jackie wants to know how long you've been in business, and then if you're going to have the COVID-19 vaccinations. Now, right now, it's only the Department of Public Health and Duke University and Duke Regional Hospital.
Yeah. We're like, I guess like what they tell us is like, we hope to at some point, we're on the list. That's what they tell us to get the vaccine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
be sure, I'm
yeah.
just going to point out real quick, just to watch the earlier part of the show where I make my announcements, where I give a huge hint, give a great tip as to how to get your vaccination appointment set. Because right now it's people in my age group, age 65 and up. So it hasn't been easy to get that appointment. So I give a really great tip earlier in the show.
Okay. So that's what I'll do. Like if you're if you're 65 and older, I would just say like what you mentioned on the show that contact the Durham Health Department or Duke, and just because it's more important to get the vaccine in your arm, because right now it's especially with the change in administration that it looks like they are going to be in the process of opening up the vaccine to be available to be administered by more people, and so that's in place. those are the the alternatives you have right now. But over the next few months, you should get like more alternatives, like more of the local pharmacies probably will be getting the vaccine in the next couple of months to be able to give it once it moves to like the more of the general population. And I definitely, as soon as I get it, I definitely will come on and let you know that
Please
I
do.
have
Please do. I
some.
try to keep my show to an hour when possible.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. So I just want to thank you so much, Dr. Herbert.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
And
and Jackie's telling us that Jubilee Christian Church has a panel discussion on COVID vaccination somehow. Now, if that's in Durham and I missed it, I apologize, because that's the kind of stuff I like to list in the Skywriter. If I missed that, I feel bad. But there it is.
right.
Jubilee Christian Church, 1:00. There you go.
Okay.
So, Dr.
Right.
Hersey, thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye
Thank you so
anytime.
much. All right. I will.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
All right.
Okay, folks, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go on about my business. You heard my phone ring twice. I'm actually going to White Rock and see what's going on there. So anyway, wait. Jackie's saying pastor's wife, Dr. Tosin Torfad, is dean of the School of Pharmacy at Howard. Okay. Well, there you go. Wonderful. So you have a beautiful weekend. It's going to be pretty nice today, going up to what, 46 and partly sunny. So you have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday at 11. We hang out, and you have a beautiful weekend. Ciao for now. Let me scroll down to our wonderful intro. See you Monday.